In this video, we will be learning about some of the best price charts and tools for checking the price of KogeCoin and other tokens on the Polygon network. This video is part of a larger KogeFarm DeFi tutorial series. I promise if you watch them all, you will be more DeFi savvy than 99% of DeFi users. There is safety in knowledge, and I want your DeFi journey to be as smooth as possible. Let's get started. For any official data you want on KogeCoin, KogeCoin.io is the place. You can see all the tokenomics, the initial supply, the circulating supply, how many have been burned, and price, fully diluted market cap, and circulating market cap. If you're wondering what burned means, don't worry, we have a video about that too. It's a way of reducing supply so the price goes up. And no, it will not get rid of all the tokens. AMM math literally makes that impossible. As far as Polygon price tools, I have three favorites: KogeCoin, Dex Guru, and defined.fi. Are these the only tools out there? Certainly not. And the longer you spend on DeFi, the more cool tools you'll find. For KogeCoin specifically, I find that KogeCoin tends to be the most up-to-date. It seems to refresh more frequently than others. When you first navigate there, you might look something like this. Check out all these scam tokens just waiting to eat you alive. Scammers have capitalized on KogeCoin's momentum and want you to buy their fake tokens rather than the real one. How can you know which one is the real one? By the contract address. Just go over to the official website, grab that contract address, and paste it in so you know you're looking at the correct data. This is a super important DeFi safety practice. Don't rely on luck to see if you're looking at the correct token. Always go directly to the source. For example, if you wanted to buy a different token and wanted to check its price on Polygon, let's go over there right now. For example, if you wanted to check the price of P-Brew, go to their website. Normally they keep contract addresses in the docs. Let's see if we can find those. There we go, the docs. Contract details, yep, this is looking good. Contract details for Polygon, not the Master Chef. Yeah, token addresses right here. That way we know that we are looking at the correct contract address for P-Brew. I'll copy that and paste that into KogeCoin. Oof, what a chart. This is definitely what I would call a reward token. They spike heavily at the beginning and then drop really hard. Normally that means the emissions are too high. Don't worry, we'll talk about that principle in our risk management video. Any of the P-Brew LP pairs, you would definitely want to be watching the price really closely to make sure the market wasn't moving against you. Anyway, moving on. Another reason I tell you about KogeCoin is because it gives you this nice little thing over here about liquidity providers. This way, you don't go to the wrong automated market maker or AMM that has extremely low liquidity, like SushiSwap in this example, and get price gouged. I'm not saying SushiSwap is bad, it's great, but it would be a bad place to buy KogeCoin because there's hardly any liquidity there. Low liquidity equals big price impact and a bad fill for you. You want to see lots of liquidity so that big buys and big sells can go through without changing the price too much. On that note, I want to point out something kind of interesting if you go over to the daily chart. This doesn't really matter to you, but it is fascinating. Back at the very beginning of Koge, one of our community moderators decided he wanted to be the very first person to provide liquidity for Koge. There wasn't a price yet because there wasn't any trading yet, and no liquidity. So he provided liquidity at a 1-to-1 ratio with Matic. Matic at the time was 73 cents. This set the initial market and price for Koge at 74 cents. But the liquidity was so thin that one trade basically took it down to the prices you see here. From here, Koge was able to add far more liquidity and grow from a healthy liquidity base rather than a thin liquidity base that first set the price. This doesn't really matter to you, but the more I can teach you about how automated market makers work, the better. If you're interested in learning more about how the math behind all this works, you can check out our article about how automated market maker math works. It's all about this wonderful formula, X times Y equals K, and it's why automated market makers work to begin with. The next tool is Dex Guru. Dex Guru also gives you lots of drawing tool options, just like KogeCoin does if you go to the drawing tools option here. And it also gives you some more additional information. It tries to sort out who's trading, whether it's casual traders with a low volume trading in the last 30 days. I would still call 10K to 100K not low, but you do you. or sharks with even more volume, or whales with massive amounts of volume, or bots with lots of transactions in the last 30 days. It's not a bad thing to see bots. They're just written by people with specific goals in mind. It also shows you who has added and removed liquidity here on the left. Next tool is defined.fi. So why am I telling you about 3 different tools that essentially all do the same thing? Because sometimes one stops working, and it's nice to have options. Thanks for watching. The next video is a favorite of mine, the Don't Get Scammed video.